Yo, yo, yo. You got the PJ boys here. Me and Bandit. This says Dad in case you can't read it because it's backwards. Um, that's about it about me. That's my belly. And I'm talking to no one. I'm a 36-year-old man talking to no one right now. In about 15, 20 seconds, YouTube will allow this to hit the algorithm all at once. And I'll get a little number that'll pop up. And then I'll watch as those people get bored of looking at me almost immediately. So it's a pretty cool gig here. Being a professional live streamer, I make millions and millions of dollars from this. It's pretty cool, and that has allowed me to buy really nice things like this dad shirt, this fork. I bought this fork. Actually, I own a couple forks. Let's see what else. I bought this Gatorade bottle. It used to actually also have Gatorade in it, so I didn't just buy the bottle. That would have been a little wild. So yeah, I mean, with the millions and millions that I've made from streaming, I can pretty much do anything I want at this point. So, fly to the moon, fly to the sun, fly to the stars, just kind of fly. But yeah, that's about it. It's not really anything else to say, especially because I have nobody on here. And so, yeah, this is why I don't do these things. Talking into the void. All right, so this is my diary journal. There's this guy at my school, and let me just tell you, yeah, this is stupid. There's probably 4 million things I could be doing better than this right now. Literally anything. I could mow the lawn. I could okay, this is one thing that I could be doing right now better than this. Oh, hello, whoever you are. My name's Aaron. I'm talking to no one. Feel free to comment and let me know that I'm talking to someone. But I'm here, we can start a Q&A. Boom. Hello. Oh, there we go. Start Q&A. Oh, now my face is covered. What's up, everybody? Hi. Do you indulge in tortas? I don't know what tortas is. You're going to have to explain it to me. I don't think I do. Hi, Jesse for life. Hi, Vicky. Hello, everyone. I don't know how to get this thing out of here. It says ask me anything. It's covering up my face, but it's probably why everybody's tuning in now. Hi, say my name, please. What's up, Cyrus D? What's up? There's a lot of people with the D on the end here. Are you sure about that? Anything. You can literally ask me anything. Yeah, I'll be honest. Let's make this wild. Let's make this interesting. Anything you want to know. I have no real political agenda. I have no real anything. I just kind of will answer it. How old am I? I'm 36 years old. You can see all the gray in my beard, but I don't know how to get. I'll ask you guys something. Can this ask me anything? Oh, here we go. There we go. There we go. It's gone. Do I have a pet? Yeah, I have 6 cats. It's stupid. 2 of them live inside. 2 of them moved kind of to my neighbor's house. They just live there all the time now. And 2 of them are outdoor cats that we rescued that were already outdoor cats. So, yeah, I've got 6 cats. It's stupid. I wish I had no cats. Am I doing okay? I'm doing actually really, really well. The best I've been doing in a long time. I have a lot of peace. I'm just very excited for what the future is going to bring. And I'm doing better than I've been doing in a long time. Thank you. My daughter picked out this shirt. I have a 4.5-year-old daughter, and she's the best. And so if any of you are parents and want any Parenting advice. There's a lot of things I'm not good at, but I'm pretty good at having a daughter. So, um, are you Klein? I have no idea what that means. What was your favorite moment in your life so far? That's a wild question. Well, I'll tell you a couple of them. I outside of like the normal ones, like having my daughter, getting married, stuff like that. When I was 24, I toured in a band full time, like a metal band, and we were at the Grand Canyon. And me and this Russian guy free climbed down the side of the Grand Canyon, no harness, nothing. The pictures of it are wild, and it was the most exhilarating. It took about 5.5 hours, and it was the most exhilarating day of my life. I've never had an adrenaline rush like that, and I had no wife or daughter or anything back then. Looking back, like it was wild how, I mean, I was unbelievably high too. We smoked a big blunt and then just climbed just over the edge of the Grand Canyon, just started going straight down. And it was crazy. And but I have photos of from far away of me on the side of this like basically straight down cliff. And that was a really good day. So what is my favorite color? Probably blue. You have all different shades of blue. Am I alone? Yes, I'm alone right now. There's nobody here other than me. My wife's at work, and my daughter, I guess she's technically here, but she's asleep. Metalcore. Yes, I used to play drums for a band called This or the Apocalypse. We were a pretty popular metalcore band in the early like 2010s. We got to tour with a lot of bands like August Burns Red and stuff. We were from that same area. And I played drums with them for a very long, for a couple years. And it was a good chunk of my 20s. So if you look them up, they're called This or the Apocalypse. Oh yeah, well, there you go. Curtis. Yeah. I looked a lot different back then, but yeah, it was a really fun time of my life. We got pulled over once. Okay, here's a fun weed story about that. We got pulled over once. Our van had broken down, and we were in the back of a U-Haul, all the gear, and we were also in there laying on the gear, and we were hotboxing the hell out of it, and got pulled over by a cop. And we were so scared. This was back, 2012, 2013, when it was way more illegal. And the cop was like asking about the band, and we told him our name, and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then he goes and gets an actual iPod, and we're on his workout playlist. And he's like, "I listen to this song all the time, blah, blah, blah," and ended up just giving us a fine. We still got like a multi-$1,000 fine, but we did not go to jail. And he literally goes, "I don't want to have to read about myself on the internet tomorrow as being the guy that made you guys miss a show." So that was kind of cool. That's awesome, Curtis. Oh, yeah. They're Hawk now. So around, I guess it was 2014 or 15, This the Apocalypse kind of disbanded and then became Hawk, and Ricky plays with Ice Nine Kills now and stuff. And yeah, and I don't know if you know, a bunch of the guys from This is the Apocalypse are in Galactic Empire now and stuff. And I'm still, Rodney, the old guitarist from This is the Apocalypse, still close with him. And Cody, our old bassist, I just saw him. He plays in like Moths to Flames, so we just went and visited him and then play that tour. I'm very close with, if you know the band Silent Planet, some of my closest friends still. So they were on that tour with like Moths to Flames, and that was a really good show. But now I do stuff completely different than that now. I no metal really. I scream and sing, mostly sing, in a top 40 band. So, does my daughter play Roblox? That's the creepiest possible thing you could ask about my 4.5-year-old daughter. No, she doesn't play any video games. And no, you can't play Roblox with her. No. We just started playing Spyro. That's the first video game she's ever played. And it's like the old, like they have the remake of it, but yeah, that's been good. Have I ever watched Descendants? No, but I've heard that it's pretty good. I'm pretty into, I used to be really into Marvel stuff. I'm really excited with the new James Gunn DC universe that's coming out. I think that'll be fun. So, Spyro is a good choice. It was a great choice. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun. She enjoys just watching me. And then when we get up to the dragons, she'll rescue the dragons. And, yeah, it's been good. It's been really fun. We've been playing a little bit of Tony Hawk. She can't really do anything, but she just rides around. We don't really, like, I wasn't allowed to have video games growing up. So all we were allowed to play was like those, like I played Tetris all the time, but like not on a full system. And so now, even now, I'm very, Tetris is kind of what I do when it comes to video games. I'm ranked internationally, and even to this day, it's the only video game I'm really any good at. So, oh yeah, dude. So with my daughter, we have Addy Daddy days every Monday, and every Monday we do nothing but I spend 100% time with her. I have no phone all day. Nobody can contact me. Everybody knows this. And each day we do something different. Today we went back to this place we have called Addy Daddy Land, where it's basically you have to take like a 4-mile hike on these railroad tracks. So today we actually drove and like parked kind of close and then walked to was maybe like a half a mile. But it is this old bridge with this huge river that goes under it. And like, it's the perfect place to hang out. And so that's what we did today. We normally, a lot of times we'll go to like trampoline park or the zoo or whatever it is. She knows every Monday we have a day completely for us. And it's honestly, it's for me too. Like it's almost, if you want to look at it from almost like a religious standpoint, they say like keep the Sabbath holy or whatever. But I think there's something to that of having like one day where like just don't have your phone. Like turn your phone off Sunday night. And then like right now, I'm just now getting back on it after she's gone to bed and stuff. And it's great, man. You get a chance to disconnect. You get a chance to completely be present, and it's wonderful. And so at first it's tough, but like now everyone knows I'm not available on a Monday. And if they really need to get a hold of me, I have a business phone that my wife has on Mondays, so that if it's something important, she can let me know. But it's been great. So let's see. Let's go back. What is my name? My name's Aaron, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about life. I'm learning it as we go, but sometimes I give good advice, sometimes I give bad advice, and that'll be up to you to figure it out. So, my name's Aaron, but the Sabbath is Saturday. I'm comparing, you could pick any day, right? Just pick one day a week where don't go online. Just completely make yourself present in whatever is happening. For me, it's tough because when I don't have a phone, I don't even have music, podcasts, any of that. But like this, so last week I did an entire week with zero phone at all. So from Sunday night till basically Friday night, it was almost a whole week, no phone at all. And it literally felt like I was, I don't know, like a teenager. It was like my brain was like doing this weird reset where it only cared about what was actually going on in front of me. Like nothing else mattered. I had no idea that Hulk Hogan or Ozzy Osbourne died for days. And it was like, you're only actually worrying about what actually matters in your life, because with our brain doesn't actually know, our subconscious doesn't know how to differentiate like what's real and what's just online. So when we're watching videos of car crashes or any of that stuff, it's giving you these subconscious things of like being in a car accident or of, you watch something horrible happening to somebody. Subconsciously it feels like that's happening to us because we never evolved to see all of those things and experience all of those things. Thank you guys. Keep commenting and stuff too. It allows this to get out and reach better. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you're not missing much. So if you want to see all the things you're not missing, that's what you do. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Like because I'm a musician, a lot of weekends I'll leave Friday morning and I don't get back until like really late Sunday night or Monday morning. And like knowing that I have all day Monday to just be completely present and be with my family and my daughter, it helps me get through those and not get burnt out. Because for a long time I would get super burnt out on the weekends, especially because like the band I'm in now, like we're a higher energy band, but I'm almost 40 and I still do backflips and stuff on the stage. And that used to be like a fun thing, and now it's like still expected of me, but like I have to kind of like emotionally prepare for it because I'm not that young anymore. And I have to go to the like exercise all the time to keep my heart and everything healthy, and that can get pretty overwhelming. So knowing that I have like Monday to just rest or do whatever, it's been really good. So my dog is sick, and me and my brother and my dad and my stepmom think he's dying, but we don't know. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. For those of you who are dog lovers or have a dog, you know that can be like having a family member. And so I'm really sorry. I hope that is able to work out. Keep us posted. What is my favorite SSRI? Like antidepressant? I've never been on one. I'm actually, Ooh, do you actually want to know my opinions on those? Because I am somebody that in 2021 was unbelievably suicidal and actually attempted to take my own life. And I don't have any of those thoughts anymore. I'm not a depressed person anymore. I used to be. And I never have taken any sort of antidepressants. But I did have to put in a lot a lot of work and a lot of actually like really coming to terms with like, I think, and like this is going to feel controversial to say, but I think a lot of times with depression and anxiety and all of that, it is our body telling us something. And a lot of times we don't want to address what it is trying to tell us or even admit those things. But I have learned that by very, very consciously, and it's not easy, but actually addressing those things and then putting in the time. Like I realized, like when I was saying, I just want to kill myself, I don't actually want to kill myself. I want to kill the parts of me that are making me feel this way. And like that was a huge, like I don't actually want to die. I just don't want to be this person. I don't want to feel this way. But then when I actually break down, well, what is causing me to feel this way? And you can make a list. Like, so start with super broad things. Like why am I sad? My job. Okay, write that down. Now, just pick 3 things about your job that are making you sad. The hours, the pay, the blah, blah, blah. Now, break that down into 3 things. The hours. What do I not like about the hours? This, and this. And then by the end of this, you are going to have this triangular shape of all of these things that you don't like about that job. And now you can start going through and just one by one checking them off and figuring out how to fix them. Because now by the bottom, they are very simple tasks that you can do. And this is actually, so this concept actually comes from, if you do the opposite of this, you can essentially achieve anything that you want. And I know that seems really wild to say that. All of a sudden I seem like this bro podcast. You're like, you can do it. But look, hear me out. Imagine this. All right. Take an ultimate goal. So like, let me say if my goal was, say you have a job that you hate and you want to, say your goal is you want to be a singer, right? Let's just say that. You can do this with anything. Singer. Now write down 3 things. You can even use ChatGPT or something to help you come up with these things. What are 3 things that it would take for me to be a singer? Well, I need to have a good voice. I need to have maybe an outstanding personality. I'm talking about if you wanted to be a professional singer. Maybe the 3rd is I need to have a good online presence. Cool. Those are very difficult things. What is having a good voice? What is having like those are all super big. But now if we break each of those into 3, what is it to have what are 3 things I need to do in order to have a good voice? I need to take voice lessons, I need to practice, and I need to take good physical health care of my voice. So I need to drink lots of water, those types of things. Now break those down. Okay, so what does voice lessons look like? Well, I need to find a teacher, I need to stay consistent, and I need to budget the amount of money that it's gonna be for that. Okay, now let's break that down. Finding a teacher. What are 3 things I can do for that? Well, I can look online, I can look for music stores in the area, I can ask friends. Now, those are super easy things. Ask your friends about music teachers. But that's, by the end of this diagram, you have so many things laid out that, and I'm saying like physically write this stuff down. You're going to have this huge chart. And all you got to do is each day, just try to knock one little thing off the chart. And what's cool is at this bottom rung of all these easy things that take a minute to do, you do those and you realize, well, wait, I already did the 3 things that it would lead to this. So by doing that, I already have accomplished the one above them. Now because I reached out to all these people about looking for a voice teacher, well, now I found the voice teacher and now I get to mark that off now. And you can keep working your way up that till eventually you're going to be able to do anything you want. Now it's easier said than done because what is the hard part is once you made the list, going through and just doing the work each day. Try to knock off just 3 tasks. And I have been self-employed for 13 years now. I've only worked as a musician since I graduated college. And so there's a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but I'm so lucky that I've only been able to do this. I mean, my greatest accomplishment as a musician is that I've paid my bills every month for 13 years now. So I'm telling you, try this. Pick any goal you want. It can be something small, something big. Write it down and then break it down into 3 steps. Break each of those steps into 3 steps and keep going down until they are the easiest, simplest tasks that you can do right away. And then just start working at it. And you're going to slowly, you'll see as you're checking them off, you're going to get closer and closer to that goal. Let's read some more of these. Does my daughter have an iPad? No, absolutely not. My wife has an iPad, and we have one program on there for specifically schooling stuff that she does. But my daughter's 4.5. She can read unbelievably well for her age. She talks like it's really weird how hyperverbal she is and stuff. And we've never had any sort of screen time. It's hard for us, right? Like I understand how that is an easy like babysitter, and like if you need to, I totally understand that. But we made a very conscious decision that was going to be a priority, and we've been able to stick by it. And she gets excited to have the iPad when she's doing that schooling program, and that's it. She doesn't even know about like any other options. She has cousins that obviously tell her about video games and stuff, and when she's there, well, you know, we can play. I don't want to be overbearing with it, but I have seen nothing but really positive results. I know I'm biased, but genuinely everyone will say like my daughter is just such a level above the other kids her age, and I really do think it's because we've just done a lot of hands-on work with her. She's only going to be little once, and so my main priority right now, and I've focused my job around that, I've made everything I can so that during the week I can be with her and just work as much as I can on helping her and stuff. So well, yeah, man. Yeah, Texas Justin. Well, thanks, man. I'm happy to talk more about that, man. I do not have any credentials in this other than I have an associate's degree in sociology, which is nothing. That was just what I got at a community college while waiting to go to the college I eventually went to. But yeah, no iPads. I'm calling. Grew up with video games and turned out okay. So I totally understand that. I'm not against video games. For me, it's like they should be kind of like the sprinkles on top of the ice cream, not the ice cream, right? Like if we're going to do something that's like exciting and fun, it's mostly, you know, and also I think it's a big difference too. Like I'm not having her just sit on an iPad by herself playing and stuff. When we are on there, we're doing it together. It's something, you know, my wife will join in and stuff too. So, you hope I find the real God someday. Well, maybe I will. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, for me, if you guys have like very specific things, mental health stuff, like I am somebody that went from like never knowing even what like anxiety, depression, any of that stuff felt like, to it being crippling me for years. Genuinely, there was months where the only thing I could think about was like, how am I going to make it through today without like there was times I could not drive over bridges because I was 100% sure that if I did, that I would jump off of them. And like, that is such a foreign feeling for me now. It's been years, and no antidepressants, no anti-anxiety medicine, nothing other than, I mean, this channel originally came about because I, you know, habitually would smoke weed, but I don't even smoke weed anymore. I have THC seltzer drinks that are THC and CBD. I drink one in the morning and it lasts me all day, and I don't ever feel high. But I also don't, the anxiety, all of that stuff, I have found something that is a very healthy balance for me. And so, yeah, it's been really good. Ask me very specific things, because that definitely helps. And you can even ask me political stuff. I have no political agenda. How I feel about one topic might lean one way. How I feel about a different topic might lean another way. And they constantly change when new information comes up. So that is one of the good... Well, I'm just very... I'm very lucky. My wife and I thought for very many years we could not have kids. And even now, I mean, we've been trying to have a second kid since my daughter was born, essentially, and she's almost 5 now. And, you know, I'm just unbelievably grateful to have her. There's a lot of, I've met a lot of shitty kids in the world, and so the world's going to need some good ones too. And, I don't know, maybe we're all in a simulation, who knows? But I'm incredibly grateful, unbelievably grateful. This weekend was crazy. So my band had a gig that was 5.5 hours away, and the back axle of our trailer broke off, and the back tire blew and everything. As we were pulling into the parking lot of this spot, this is a repair that would have cost thousands of dollars. And I don't know how we would have gotten to our gig the next day or even gotten home. And this redneck dude named Donnie is sitting out on the front of his car, comes over. He's like, hey, he comes to all of our gigs when we play there. he's like, I got a buddy right down the road, owns an auto mechanics shop, and I'm gonna give him a call. And the very next morning, fixed all of our stuff, got us out of there with minimal issues, fixed everything for like $200, and we were on our way to the next gig, and we made it home safely, and it was unbelievable. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I have no idea who's still on here, but I'm not good at like talking long form without knowing what to talk about. So give me topics or questions, and that's really helpful. You can ask me anything you want in the entire world. What's up? What's good? And I'll be honest, I'll answer it. It can get wild. I don't care. Or if you're struggling with something, if you have something you're going through right now and you just need advice, I will give you my unbiased, well, I guess it's still biased, but I don't know you personally, right? Like, I don't have an emotional connection with some person that's commenting. So, you're from Saudi. Where are you from? Did you ever watch Jesse? I don't know what Jesse is. Is it a show? And where, nice to meet you, the guy from Saudi. I am from the United States. Hello, send a kiss to Paula Tenjo Tejano from Rio. Mwah, there you go, Paula. But yes, if you guys got anything you need, any advice or anything on, it's a kids show. Never seen it. What state do I live in? This is getting a little specific. I live on the East Coast. I'll give you that. Near Philadelphia. My band is a Philadelphia-based band. So if you know where Philly is, I'm like right by there. Yeah, go Birds. Let's see. I am a heart patient. My heart does not work. I have a I'll flash you guys. I have a pacemaker defibrillator that keeps, I have a big scar here too, that pumps my heart 100% of the time. I've had 13 heart attacks. I am the second oldest person in the world with my heart condition because it was a brand new surgery when I was born. There was only one doctor in the world could do it, and he happened to be in Philly. And I, unfortunately, the rest of them have passed throughout the years, and I have not. When I was born, the doctor told my parents I probably would not live to be a year. I lived in an iron lung for the first 4 months of my life, and now I am 36, and my heart still works, and I get to do backflips, and I ran 3.5 miles today, so it's fine. I have a wheelchair for my heart, but yeah, my heart has zero ability to work on its own, and I'm paced 24/7. So, recommend visiting the States? Yeah, I love it. I've been to 48 out of 50 states. I have 2 more, Hawaii and Alaska. And yeah, so am I still in the band? Yeah, I play in a band full time. You can look it up. The band is called It's All Good. If you look it up online, just look up It's All Good Band on YouTube. You can look up the song Coast to Coast or More Than a Moment. We have an entire Christmas movie out. We play full time, about 250 shows a year. And I'm incredibly lucky to do what I do. I sing full time. So if you want to hear me sing, I've never sang really on this channel, although you can find a video on this channel of me singing Dream On. But yeah, I sing for that band and play some instruments and stuff. Thank you. Health and wealth. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm very lucky to be here. Yeah, it's wild. I was playing a gig once. You can look this up too. I was playing a gig once in my old band, and my appendix burst right before I was going. I mean, we were loading all the gear on the stage, and my appendix burst. And yeah, I happened to be playing a gig on the same street that there was a hospital. And dude, the night before, I was in Canada, where I would have had like no health insurance for there and stuff. And then we traveled, and I was like an hour from my house, and it was like unbelievable. My parents were able to be with me and all that stuff. And yeah, appendix burst. It was the worst. I thought I had blue balls for like a day. I just thought it was blue balls, and it was getting worse and worse. And then I went to the bathroom to like try to fix the blue balls, and all of a sudden I just started throwing up blood and passed out. And yeah, it was not good. So that's my appendix bursting story. So I'm like messing with my nose a bunch. I'm trying to grow a beard, and the mustache is like messing with me. So Yeah. I think I also have cat hair or something stuck because I'm allergic to cats. So yeah, anything you want to know, any advice you need, if you're going through a divorce, if you're going through your kid is an asshole, if you're going through, I don't know, anything, or I could tell you some jokes. I got kicked out of a daddy-daughter. I got kicked out of a daddy-daughter dance this week. Apparently, it's not cool to ask if you want to swap chicks. All right, stupid. Do you like baby cats? Yeah, I mean, I like especially small cats, but I'm allergic to cats. So as they get larger, it gets harder and harder to deal with. But I have 6 of them right now. Don't hold that against me. Only 2 really that are like ours fully. 2 of them live with the neighbor now. And 2 of them are just outdoor cats that we rescued. They kind of just showed up here. So one was a kitten. I rescued it. Oh, here's a crazy story. So our one kitten, it was like hiding under the porch. It was this tiny baby kitten and we could not get it out. So I climbed under the porch to get it. My house from 1860. And I'm under the porch trying to get the cats, and I find a gun that's buried, like an old 1920s gun. And get it out. We call the cops because like I don't know. It's buried under my porch. Why the hell is it under there? And they take it to like investigate. And then they said they lost it. I know exactly what it is. They polished it up. One of them kept it, but they were like, yeah, no big deal, blah blah. And yeah, but I still have the photos of it. We found a gun buried under my house from 1860, and the gun itself was from like the 1920s. So that was wild. Bunch of bones under there too, but like animal bones, but like tons of bones. Man, I have so many cats and I can't. Helping stray cats is becoming bad. Yeah, and I can't help it. Yeah, it is tough. It helps if the cats start like pissing all over everything. It really quickly changes your view on them, and you go from like loving them to like being like, fuck this, pretty quick. So, yeah. What are you quitting? I just joined your stream. Is it that cocoa? No, I have a very serious heart problem. I have not done any drugs other than I've smoked a lot of weed, and I've done like mushrooms before when I was way younger. But it's specifically weed. That's what this channel kind of is about, but it's more so about just quitting the things that are holding you back from living the best part of your life. Whether that be social media, porn, marijuana, alcohol, whatever it is. We're going to get you to a spot where you don't need those things anymore. I've not drank at all this year. I've never really had a drinking problem, but whenever I honestly, I never really drank much at all. But whenever I would try to quit smoking weed, then I would start drinking. So now I have not smoked in over a month, and I have not drank in this entire year, but I am still doing these seltzer drinks that are like half THC, half CBD, and I just drink one in the morning, and it keeps me from having, I don't take any other medications for stuff like that. So, let's see. But yeah, if I did cocaine, my heart would explode. I just got my wisdom teeth out today, and I had to stop smoking weed for a week, and I got to stop for another week while I recover. I'm not struggling, but it would be nice to smoke. Yo, I'll tell you this, Jay. I mean, if you're able, I don't know what state you're in, but like getting any sort of like spot, like droplets or something that you can put where you can still like consume the THC so you're not withdrawing, but without getting the smoke in there. That's been a lifesaver for me because I'm a singer, and the smoke is sometimes really not good for me. And so, and I mean, I say sometimes, it really is genuinely just not good for my voice. And so this has been amazing, having that. So, good on you for taking control of your life. By the way, I smoked weed 15 years and I quit yesterday. That's awesome. K9 Survivor, that's awesome. Please watch my other videos then. I have a lot of, they're all from about a year ago. And before that, I have much longer hair. But yeah, I mean, I was very into it for a while. Honestly, at this point, I think protecting my peace is the most important thing. And 0 THC for me is a little more of a struggle. And so I have found a very good balance right now where in the morning, I know exactly how many drops to use, and it's about like 10 milligrams of THC, and it's like a slow release, so it lasts over the course of the day. I never feel high. I just don't feel anxious or like I need to get out of this situation and stuff. So it's been really beneficial. Was a bad night. Yeah, it can be tough, but I mean, if you think you can try maybe doing just like some of the droplets or something, that had helped for me. If you think you need to quit, then you 100% should do it. Yeah, that was how I am, man. I mean, I was ripping bongs all the time. That was very specifically. I realized even more so than like being addicted to the weed, I was addicted to the feeling of like, I mean, sitting right here on this couch. Like, if I were out here, there's no way I could have been out here without smoking, and I would just all day, and I hated smelling like it. I hated all that stuff, and so, you know, found this balance has been really good for me. I've been smoking every day for about a year. I'm 21. I started smoking when I was 16. I've had no withdrawals, no appetite, nutrient, but I'm a bit more irritable. Yeah, that's what it is for me. Like, I was like snapping at my mom, and like I never. Anger is such a weird emotion for me. I always am a pretty calm person, and I was like getting upset about stuff and like reacting weird about things, and that was just like, yeah, it was not me. And so that I was like, let me just see what happens if I just only can like do these drinks very little bit. And it's been perfect. It's been it's been such a blessing. So, yeah, I mean, I would say weed in a lot of ways had a lot of negative impacts on my life. And if you watch my videos, you'll be able to see a lot of me talking about that. But the benefits that I found from it is a lot of creativity, a lot of like, I mean, I have to dance as part of my job and stuff, and like I'm 36, so like without any of it, I would like be in my head about like thinking about that stuff. But now, I mean, I don't smoke at all, and I never feel high, so that's been really good. I never consume any THC where it's like it hits you a bunch at once and you feel stoned and stuff. So, that's awesome, K9. Like, definitely watch the old videos. There's so many. I was really into this for a while, where I would post new videos almost every day. So some of it you'll see actually, like my quality in the beginning was like just basically this. And then I started getting really into it, and I had like a nice studio, and like the lighting, the sound, like everything was like looking really good, and it was starting to stress me out because then I was caring about like numbers, I was caring about like how it looked, how it sounded, the lighting, the coloring, like all that, and it was taking away the entire point of what I made from this channel, which the whole point was just to keep myself accountable, to find other individuals that were able to have, were also trying to quit different things, and that were able to come across this, and we could have these conversations and do this kind of stuff. So now I don't really care at all. I just get on here and talk to whoever's on here, and it's been good for my mental health. It's been good for other people, and it's been starting to build a little bit of a community. My band, it's not on this channel, but the band, It's All Good. If you go and follow the channel Richard of Carver, it's my best friend, and we live stream our karaoke every Sunday night. We get about 15 to 20,000 people every week on that stream, so that's pretty cool. And when I have to do that stuff, there's like all these stuff I have to answer. It's a completely different vibe. So I've been really enjoying this, where it's like just meeting new people. So, so you have only done natural drugs. I've done shrooms about 4 times, and I think they can be beneficial. Yeah. So yeah, I've only done weed and mushrooms. I did acid one time, and I did not. It was just too long. It was a good night, but it was just too long. But with mushrooms, they taught me what I needed to know. They terrified me at first. I had a horrible trip one time at a music festival where I just started, my friends went to the bathroom, and I did not realize what was going on. And I just got into this thought loop of, who am I? What am I? What am I doing here? Who am I? What am I? What am I doing here? Who am I? What am I? What am I doing? Over and over and over again. And then like that, I felt like an Alzheimer's patient. I had no memory of who I am, no memory of where I was, anything, completely blank slate. And it was terrifying. And my friends took me to the medical tent. And then I was like, I gotta go. And my buddy's like, you can't leave. And he just meant like, I need to check myself out, or like, I'm not doing well or whatever. And I thought it was because I was like about to get arrested. So I just start pulling all the weed and everything out of my pockets. And then I do leave, and I'm not doing good. I don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, this band that was one of the bands why we came there, they're playing this song, and I can hear it. And like all of a sudden, this guy just has a joint next to me, and I like asked him if I could hit it, and he let me hit it. And as soon as I hit it, it was like my body was like, okay, this is a thing that we actually know and recognize. And I just came back, but like, dude, that changed me. I mean, to this day, that like really messed me up. I had never felt anxiety or depression, like real anxiety or depression before that. And I mean, it just came on like a wave. It's been here since. But it also is because it, for the first time, allowed me to see myself from this outside point of view that other people were seeing me at. And I mean, I hated myself for the first time. I went from feeling like I could do no wrong to hating myself instantly. But I needed that yin and yang. And now, as much as that sucked and led to me ultimately like being suicidal and stuff, like now I have this very healthy balance of knowing what it feels like to be at the darkest of dark, but also knowing what it feels like to like feel that love and positive energy and stuff. And so I'm so grateful for it. Let's see. Oh, we got a lot of comments on here. Let me go back a little bit. The bad timing is when I stopped smoking, I suddenly start seeing all the bad things, and it's like I was blind for 15 years. All right, Kenan, this is very important. Let me tell you this. That's true. And you are going to see a lot of bad stuff. It's not that you're seeing bad stuff. It's that you're being given the beautiful gift of the realizations of the things you need to change in your life. And they are really hard to see. But they are the things that are the biggest glaring issues, and that weed has been masking that all this time, right? Like every time you felt like a certain emotion, well, I'm just going to go smoke and it'll feel better. And like, dude, that's true. Weed absolutely cures your anxiety momentarily, but it creates so much more long-term because now you've created all these moments of numbing that. And now it's been 10 years and like, what the fuck am I doing? Like it's wild how, yeah, people are like, oh, well, weed just helps my anxiety. I want to be like, bitch, weed is probably causing your anxiety. It's just that it's momentarily helping it, but you're constantly in a state of withdrawal. Like you're that anxiety you feel, that subtle anxiety you feel when you're like, oh, I need to smoke again. Or like, heaven forbid you're out and like back in the day, like you don't have a dealer that has some or whatever. Like, God, that anxiety is awful. God, sorry, there's mustaches killing me. Let's see. I would never do synthetic BS reasons for yeah, dude, that acid that I took, I don't even know if that's exactly what it was. Like, that's what I was told it was, but who knows, right? I've done more drugs than I realized when I sat down and I thought about it. Yeah, absolutely. I used to do weed. Mitch Hedberg. I used to do weed. I still do, but I used to too. Mitch Hedberg is one of the greatest of all times. I had a trip where I thought all of my thoughts were super productive and self-improvement focused. I wrote all my thoughts in my notes. Yeah, okay, so here's a crazy thing. And you can actually look this up right now. So if you look up the song, It's All Good, More Than a Moment, I was on a trip. I was at a concert, and I had this trip where I completely left. I mean, I had my eyes closed, and like that, I was sitting in my studio, just as real as I'm sitting here now with you. This was this was actually, yeah, this is the second time where I guess I took a synthetic drug. It was called, what was it called? 25i, I think. I forgot about that. Okay, so I had taken this at this concert. This guy, was not expecting to do it. This guy gives it to me. I am as real as I'm sitting here with you. I'm sitting at my studio, and I write this song. I do all the instruments, all the plugins, everything. It's done. It's beautiful. It took me hours, and all of a sudden, instantly, I'm back at the concert. As real as it was, unreal. I get home from the concert, and I immediately sit down at my computer. I know exactly where the sounds are that I need to go to. I remember what they're called. It's the wildest deja vu I've ever had. And that song is out. You can look it up. It's called More Than a Moment by It's All Good. It features the guitarist Mark Lettieri from the band Snarky Puppy. And even in that, like, I guess you call it vision, whatever, the trip, as clear as day, this guitarist, who is my favorite guitarist from my favorite band, was going to be on the song. When I came back to the concert, I'm like, there's no, like, that's wild. I don't even know this guy, blah, blah, blah. I just reached out to him. He loves the song, and now he's on the song, and he's in the music video. And, like, that's the guitarist of my favorite band. I've never, like, to this day, if you've never tripped or anything, like, that sounds like such a wild story. But, dude, I can't explain it. It was wild. It like, almost, like, back then I was, like, super agnostic, atheistic, and it was, like, I was like, what the fuck was that? What the, like, yeah, it was wild. Is smoking on weekend is a solution, or should I stop forever? Smoking on the weekend is going to start with smoking on the weekend, and then it's going to go back to smoking forever. So if you're okay with knowing that, like, eventually you're going to smoke more, like, try that. But every time I've ever tried to cut back, and like, because what I would do is none before 9. So it's only after 9 p.m. is when I can smoke. And then it'd be like, oh, but my buddy's coming over, so we'll just do like one here and here. And then it would be none before noon. Okay, as long as it's like in the morning, I get my morning right, blah, blah, blah. And now, I mean, I don't smoke at all. I just do the drinks in the morning. I would highly, I mean, if you want to quit, but you don't want to go through all the withdrawal stuff, I would try switching to edibles first and then go from there. Let's see. I quit before and then I smoked 1 J on the weekend and boom. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's impossible for people like us to, like, for me, I either have to go completely cold, like I can't do it at all, or I have to just not care and just smoke whenever I want. Or the third option that I'm trying right now, and like a month from now, I could come to you guys and be like, yeah, well, that led to me like just starting to drink them all the time. But like for right now, I have not smoked in probably close to 5 weeks, and I'm just drinking one of these in the morning and I feel so good. I not in like a highway, just in a, it feels as though I'm still sober, but without all the withdrawals of being sober. So, see, I've never done no drugs like that, and I had a realistic hallucination. But even on the highest shroom dose, the only visual changes were that my keyboard. So your highest shroom dose 3.5. Yeah, I mean that's a normal amount. Yeah, take twice then, I guarantee you'll see some shit. But I'm not actually suggesting you do that though. Try 6 grams and you will be taken to the next round. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. There's no escaping at that point. I would never do that again. I would never, like, there has been times, even recently, where I've like microdosed like the smallest amount of mushrooms, like a gummy, and I didn't really feel anything. But even that, like, I would start to kind of feel the come up a little bit, and I'm like, it's not, I don't need that anymore. They've taught me what I need to know. Maybe in the future I'll go somewhere and do one of those ayahuasca trips, who knows. But right now I'm at peace, and that's been good. Any of you looking to find peace, there's a book called Protect Your Peace. Protect Your Peace. It has changed my life. And it'll change yours too. 100%. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. It's by Trent Campbell, I believe. Protect Your Peace. Big orange cover. Just use this as your sign from the universe that you're supposed to buy that book. And I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Oh, what's up, Libya? Wow. Edibles and weed. That's crazy. So how do you get weed then? Oh, just weed. Oh, okay. So it's a much different situation. See, I'm like, I can get anything I want now where I live. So, but that's really cool that, you know, you're taking that step and realizing that it's what you're supposed to do. Oh, wow. Okay. Is it super illegal in Libya? Yeah, the mushrooms will definitely upset your stomach. Not necessarily good. But it's because it's getting out all the things that you need to get out. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I've had hashish before, and yeah, it's a wild time. I've never had gut rot on shrooms. Yeah, there's been times that I threw up a lot, but it always felt like I was getting out what needed to get out of me anyway. So, weed is legal in Canada, but I'm not sure about Mexico. Either way, I found a good plug in Mexico when I went. Oh, yeah, I mean, when I was in Punta Cana, I mean, it's kind of like people would just walk around. I've been to Jamaica 3 or 4 times, and it's wild because, so the laws are, technically it's illegal, but if you're a Rastafarian, it's part of your religion, and then it's legal, and you can sell it, but as long as you're in international water, and like, so at all the resorts, they're like the people come down from the mountain and they're just in the water, and like if they start to walk up on the beach, the security guards will walk over and just tell them to back up, but like you can buy anything from these Rastafarians that are in the water. It's pretty cool. Opinion on drum and bass music. Well, I don't really know. I don't listen to a lot of like that type of stuff, but I will say that Zed is one of my favorite musicians of all time. I don't really listen to his like pop stuff, but like his albums are unbelievable. His new album that came out is incredible too, but my band plays some of his stuff live. I love his stuff. So but like I, I don't know. I went to college for music theory. I'm very into like my degree is in classical orchestration. So it's really hard sometimes. Like that stuff is it's kind of like it's a different I enjoy music for different reasons, if that makes sense. So it's but I like all kinds of different music, and I think that different kinds of musics are for different occasions, right? Like when I'm driving and I don't want to fall asleep, I love putting, and it's like a nice day, I love putting on like old Western country music. Like that's my favorite. But I would never like be like at home necessarily putting that on. When I'm ready to like party, and by party I mean like, you know, my band's getting ready, I'll put on like heavy stuff, like hardcore music and stuff. So, I was not thinking you gentle parent that. You can tell I have a 4.5-year-old, right? Do you want my actual opinion on drum and bass? I just think it's pretty simple to make. I could make like, and like, I obviously I'm biased, but I could make like a drum and bass track that sounds equivalent to anything you've heard in like 10 minutes. And that's because one of my job, I'm a ghostwriter, and I do write a lot of that kind of music for other people. And it's fine. But I really like I judge music a lot of times the way that you would like judge athletes. So like that guy can do like unbelievably incredible skilled stuff. And that's why I like Zed. Like Zed knows music theory better than any DJ out there. And he puts it in his songs. He has weird time signatures and key changes and like chord changes and stuff. And that's the kind of stuff that I really, really like. But our sound guy is 24 and he loves like that kind of music. And so I listen to a lot of it through him. And for him, it's just all about like the groove and the beat and the sounds and like how it sonically hits your ears. Whereas for me, it's like, oh shit, like, could I do this very easily, or would this be like really difficult for me? And that's even unintentionally, that's kind of just how my brain judges music. So, yeah, I mean, the K9, like that's, yeah, the algorithm's going to hook you up because, in like the description of this video and stuff, it says a lot about that stuff. So, um, give me more questions. There's 8 people on here. Anything in the world, like literally anything. And it can be stuff about how you're feeling, like something you're going through. I'm just, yeah. The years of weed abuse makes it so I can't just come up with topics on my head. What do I do for a living? I'm a full-time professional musician. I play in a band called It's All Good. You can look it up. And I also in a recording studio and like ghostwrite for a lot of other artists, most of whom you've never heard of. Some of them you have. And I've been doing music full-time for 13 years. Do rotund women slap harder? What do you mean by rotund? Like big women? I would imagine, although there might be more wind resistance if the arms have like, if they hang down too much, you might get like, I'd imagine like kind of sleeve, like a wizard sleeve, like a wind resistant. But I might not even be answering your question. I have been with the same woman for a decade, so I only know how hard she hits. Okay, let's see. Withdrawal symptoms are bad for me. I was deep in THC. Yes, absolutely. It's really rough for me too. Hence why I'm still drinking these drinks. Let's see. Best anti-weed Bible verse for me is John 10:1. Very truly I tell you, Pharisees, anyone who does not enter the sheep pen by the gate but climbs some other way is a thief and a robber. That's a good, basically, to summarize it, it's like you're kind of like taking the easy way through life, or like the more like comfortable way, aka tasting heaven some other way. Yeah, exactly. But I also think that there are, for certain people, like maybe that is beneficial for them. Like I can't judge everybody for it, but I do for me. Like yeah, it absolutely isn't. Eating dessert before dinner, opening 100%. Well, it's you're rewiring your pleasure system, right? Like everything is going, like even for us after we've quit, like especially like if you're an addict with like heroin, things like that, you know what the world feels like to be on those drugs. Your brain now knows that. It didn't have that reference before, right? Like for me, like I know what it feels like to have a lot of heart attacks. I know what it feels like to get shocked by a pacemaker. So my pain threshold is much higher than the average person, but the worst thing you've ever experienced is the worst thing you've ever experienced. And so that's going to be different for everyone. There is relating to recreational use for pleasure. Yeah, 100%. Diane, let's talk about it. I have alcohol addiction. Do you want to be honest and upfront? Let's see, how often are you drinking? You admitting it and acknowledging it is a really good first step. And alcohol is a hell of a drug to quit. I had a situation when I had stopped smoking weed. I started drinking too much, and I was doing a backyard camping thing with my daughter, and we had this moonshine that somebody from a wedding made for us, and I didn't know how strong it was. It was handmade, and I drank too much of it, and I was so messed up, and I had to wake my daughter up and bring her inside. And that was I've never been drunk or anything since then. And I quit quit drinking anything at all shortly after that. I never want to have that experience again. It's a demon. So, every night. Okay. Let me ask you this, Diane. If you could snap your fingers and never have a drink again and not have to worry about the withdrawal, any of the other like horrible things, if you could just snap your fingers and alcohol be out of your life, are you at a point where that's where you're feeling? Like you want to be done? Or is it because, I mean, there's certain addictions that like we have that we don't necessarily want to get rid of. We're just acknowledging it. Because for me, smoking weed, like weed in general, is an addiction I want to get rid of. Right now, I've gotten rid of the smoking part, and I've definitely gotten rid of the being high part. But I am still consuming. Like I'm not ready for the withdrawal part of that. But also, there's not really a withdrawal anymore because of how like much lighter it's gotten. Yeah, I mean, you're using your alcohol to escape from the other things and to not be present. And the best thing you can be is to be present for yourself, for the people around you. Let's see. I was thinking of drinking after I quit weed last night, but I know that's not. Yeah, that's going to get way worse for you. Don't trade one drug for another. And actually, Canine Survivor, there is a video on my channel. It's very old, but it's called Don't Trade One Addiction for Another. And it's all about when I tried to quit weed and switch to alcohol and how much worse it got. Because that addiction, you might not have that addiction to alcohol right now, but you have that addiction brain, and it's going to find something else to do. So I started drinking again more than I should since I've lost my job. Well, you're admitting it right away, which is a really good first step. And anytime we use a substance to escape from reality, to escape from something else, or to like numb negative feelings, that's when it's going to become a problem, because that's when it becomes a crutch and something that we have to rely on for those negative feelings. When you quit that thing, all those negative feelings come back. That's why with AA, one of the steps is, acknowledging all of these things and asking for forgiveness and stuff, because they all will come back with a vengeance. So, I'm addicted to fishing. Well, that's a pretty healthy addiction, unless it's like your wife's like, God damn, what's your name? I was literally gonna say Brian. That's wild. God damn it, Brian, you've been fishing 4 times this week, and you're actually just using fishing to get away from responsibilities. I guess then it could be a negative thing. I guess it's technically a negative thing for the fish, right? Like every time you fish, the fish are having a really bad day. But But I just went deep sea fishing in Key West a month ago. My band has a residency down there, and we met this boating captain that took us out, and we caught like real mahi that we then like cut up and took and got to eat like an hour later. That was amazing. So, but yeah, I mean, any addiction, anything that takes you away from being like the best version of yourself, like when you read in, like from a religious standpoint, they'll say like sin is what separates you from God. And like to me, like sin would be anything that separates you from being the best version of yourself. Like, and that might look different to every person. There are obviously certain things that would be applicable to everybody, but like it might not be necessarily a bad thing for like one person to have a drink, and for other people that could be a really bad thing because they're actively like tearing their life apart. You release them. Well, that's good. You don't want to catch the fish. You just want to make it late. You know, the fish gets to Mrs. Fish, and she's like, "Where the fuck were you?" He's like, "I just got caught." And she's like, "What is it? Oh, bullshit. Let me check the inside of your lip." Yeah. Life's wild. For the advice and the perspective. Dude, here's what you need to do. Okay, is drinking more going to help you find a better job or a new job? Probably not. Is it going to make it more difficult in the long run for you to get a better job or find a job? Absolutely. So, just set your standard. Decide, okay, first thing you need to decide is this something I need to go to like a facility for? I don't know how much you're drinking. Detox can be very dangerous. Our drummer is an alcoholic, and it got really rough, and he had to go to a place for like 2 weeks, and now he still goes to like programs in the morning, and he's doing so good. And dude, he went from being like such an unreliable drummer where like certain nights he'd be great, other nights he'd like be messing up the simplest things, and to like now he's so consistent, like unbelievably consistent, and I'm so proud of him. Like it's really cool to watch. So here's the thing with addiction. Like when we're in the middle of addiction, we are horrible at being good, valid. We're not objective because we're high. Our brains are high and drunk while we're trying to make these decisions. So it's hard to be like, well, how high am I when you're currently high? So let's see. I used to love fishing with my dad when I was a kid. All these things are gone since I started weed 15 years ago. Dude, my close friend Rick, the Richard of Carver guy, he smoked every day for like over 20 years, and he just quit this year. And dude, when he was smoking weed, he would never leave his house. I couldn't get him to come out to anything. He would say he was going to come, and then he would just, that was it. That was part of his like deal. You knew that like Rick wanted to be there, but he never left his house. Now he works with my band every Sunday. He fills in for us. He's doing his own music. He live streams on here every single night. And he never did any of those things. He was stuck in this pattern of just like getting high is the number one priority. So you base your entire life around getting high. And then once you remove the getting high, well, now you can base your life around whatever you want, because now that's not the priority. Let's see. Weed definitely kills ambition. Drinking also makes you fat because you're 100%. Dude, it's not good. It's poison. And it's tough for me because because I'm a musician, my job is to get the bar to sell as much alcohol as they can that night. Like, dude, it goes better for everybody, right? But I don't drink, and it makes me really sad to see people that are young coming into the early stages of their alcoholism. And that's a weight that I struggle with a lot. Is like, I love being a musician, I love doing all this, and I also am getting people drunk for a living. My wife's a bar manager. Like, she doesn't drink either, and so it's definitely interesting. Always love to be alone. You really have to get to the root of the addiction, heal the pain. 100%. And what sucks is the addiction kind of makes it way more difficult to get to the root of it. So, yeah. For me, like, I don't even know what pain I was like originally. Like, for me, like with weed, I just as soon as I smoked it, like the first time, that's a whole nother story, but first time I smoked was in college, and it was in between two classes, and my buddy was like, I'm telling you, like, this teacher's way more, like, you'll enjoy him way more if you're high. So I tried it, and I got so fucked up. I go to jazz band, and they count us in, and I go to play, and I'm like, I can't move my arms. He stops the whole band. Aaron, you okay? What's going on? And I go to talk. I can't talk. And I immediately just stand up and I walk all the way to my dorm. And I told him the next day I was having a heart problem because I did not know what else to do. And so then I didn't smoke again for years. I was terrified of it. Why would anybody want to feel that way? I realized setting is everything. And the next time I smoked was in my studio in the basement with a band that had come there to record. And I instantly fell in love. And it took over my life from that day forward. I smoked every day basically from then on. So, let's see. Why does music and getting heavily intoxicated go hand in hand? Oh, that's super easy. Well, if I'm up on stage and I'm completely sober, I'm a 36-year-old that has to dance. That's weird. When I smoke weed, I'm a 36-year-old that still gets to dance. That's basically it. Everything feels better. The whole reasoning for like music sounds better. Like alcohol makes it so that you feel like you play better or you care less. It lessens your ambitions. I'm never thinking about, people looking at me or like how my voice sounds or anything. Like if I'm a little drunk and stoned, but that's why, right now I have to be sober on stage or at least mostly sober. Like I said, I still drink these THC drinks from time to time, but I'm drinking them early on. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, 100%. Lucifer is the angel of music. Drugs can make us careless. Well, the thing with music is, it's as much as a drug of anything else. Like, if I could tell you that there's a drug that I can give you that gives you the same feeling that you feel when you hear like your favorite song from when you were a kid and it comes on, like everybody would be on that drug all the time. The thing with music is it doesn't really have like negative side effects, which is beautiful. I guess it can have negative side effects depending on what you're listening. Sorry, this mustache is killing me. It might be time to shave. But yeah, drugs make us careless. Yeah, they absolutely do. They make you like do really stupid things you wouldn't normally do. So, oh yeah, you can definitely use and like for prisoners and stuff, like people that have been music is just audible emotion. It's wild. Music is literally audible emotion. So you and me and any of you guys could listen to the same song and feel the exact same emotion, even if it had no words, like put on an orchestral song. And it's wild. I can go into the theory of how all that works because it's crazy with the frequencies and stuff. That's my wheelhouse, is deep, like advanced music theory. But yeah, music is audible emotion. It's cool. Like I've been with my wife a decade. I have not had a breakup in over 10 years, but I can listen to songs that I wrote that are breakup songs and feel that exact same emotion from that time. I need to grab a tissue. There we go. I have like a cat hair stuck up there or something. I can listen to those songs and feel the exact same emotion that I felt that long ago, an emotion that's so foreign for me now. So I love that about music. I love the fact that like Sublime, if you Sublime, Bradley died before, they were just a local band. And he died never knowing that like 30 years later, every single cover band I know would play multiple songs of his. So like music allows us to even like tell stories and emotions even after we're gone. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Can we talk about the relationship between pride and being on stage performing? Oh yeah, 100%. I used to really get off on the whole like, liking to be a front man and liking like all that stuff. Dude, for me now, it's so different. It's like, I am just so grateful that I have the opportunity to like possibly bring people like the most peaceful and best part of their week, right? Like there's people that maybe they got a babysitter, maybe they've worked and had a horrible week, and for a few hours I'm giving them this positive drug that allows them to just escape from those things in a healthy, positive way. And we're all like, okay, imagine this. Imagine if we're in a universe where you'd never heard of music before, and I came up to you and was like, watch this, I can just push these random buttons and you'll hear these weird sounds, and see that group of people, they'll all start doing this at the same time together. You would think I'm a wizard. Like that's literal magic. So for me, like, dude, I just want to put on the best show that I can for other people. I want to meet the people that I can, because I just have this wonderful job where I get to travel around and meet people from all different walks of life, and they care enough to like want to hear the music that my band plays. And that to me is just like beautiful. But like, yeah, it's there definitely can be an ego thing that comes from it. And like part of it you need, right? Like you need a certain level of self-confidence to get up on stage and do that, or else you would just be nervous. And so finding like the difference between the ego and the confidence of it, I'm confident that I can go up there and sing and have a good time. But for me, it's like, it's not about me. Even though they're watching me, I'm watching them, and making eye contact with the people and seeing, like, hearing their stories. That for me is just like, we do a lot of live band karaoke, and we're about to hit our 10,000th karaoke sign up since 2021. And dude, the fact that I've just gotten to sing and play music and like give the opportunity, like I know how good it feels to be in a band, and most people never get that feeling. So I've given the opportunity to 10,000 people almost to like get that 5 minutes of feel. I guess not 10,000 people, but because people sign up multiple times, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like thousands of people have gotten that feeling of getting to be in a band for 5 minutes. And like that's all I want to do now, is I just want to be able to make sure that people get that same feeling that I know was so important and like exciting for me. So, let's see. I took music in college. It gets pretty freaky when you think about, when you talk about Gregorian chants, dude, music stuff is wild. Like, and so to put it in layman's terms, like if you hear a major chord, that's like a happy, positive sound. And the frequencies are actually physically like lining up basically like this. They're slightly different because it'll basically be like a 2-to-1 ratio, but they fit right in like they're a glove. When you're a minor chord or something that's dissonant, what's literally happening is they're slightly shifted like this. So they're bumping into each other, and our ears somehow are able to hear that and perceive that this sounds sad. But really it's that our brains are like, these frequencies are kind of clashing in our ears. And when you're hearing harmony, it's that the frequencies are not clashing in your ears. Your eardrum is vibrating together. So it's all wild. I have an entire college lecture that I give called Music and the Human Mind that is all about that. It's wild when you get into it. Melatonin, yeah, I mean, that works for some people. For me, it makes me feel really zonked out. I've been taking these CBD gummies when I really need to sleep, and I think they have like CBD, and maybe it is melatonin or some lavender or something in it. And they've been great. But yeah, if you look up, I have like an album I did that was in a tiny house. I was really not doing well. This was when I was suicidal, and my parents knew I needed to either go like to a mental facility or something. And I just kept saying, I have all this stuff I need to get out. And so I took a week and moved my entire studio into a tiny house and wrote an entire like instrumental album that tells like the story of my life just through music. And that, I haven't been suicidal since. I've still been depressed. I've been anxious. I've had but that was absolutely what I needed at the time. So that was cool. I'm just realizing how long this is. I'm going to go to bed soon. But I really have enjoyed talking with you guys. Please, if you have not subscribed so that you can keep seeing when I'll get back on. And I'm going to try to get on as often as I can. Let's try to do this at night after I put my daughter to bed. We'll get on. We can talk about more stuff. And if you have questions that you come up with, let's do it. I'll try it again tomorrow. And in the meantime, go through the other videos and see what else is on there. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. It helps with the algorithm. And let's build a little community about recovering from the things that are holding us back from being the best version of ourselves. Love you guys. I say this at the beginning of all my videos. This is Quitting Together. I'm so proud of you for being here. Once I quit, use medical to help and give me some meds. I've had therapists and stuff suggest smoking and stuff as a form as well. I don't know. We'll talk more about that. I'm so proud of you for being here. Thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.